Hello everyone and welcome back to The Crow. I'm Ballard, the Multimedia editor for the Chanticleer. The Crow is our podcast, and here we'll briefly discuss and go behind the scenes on the stories that were published this past week. This week I have one of our correspondents and workshoppers, Cara Leonardi, on with us today to talk about a few of her stories that she published, and one of them being a really interesting story. I don't think we don't really touch on stories like this normally. It was titled Seasonal Ladybug Influx Spreads Through Jack State Library. And you have a really funny background, because what was the first thing you said when I gave you that story assignment?
Yeah, so we sat down in news workshop and they told me I was doing a ladybug assignment, and I was like, oh, so my number one fear is definitely ladybug, so this is going to be a super fun week for me.
Oh my goodness, I was a little kid. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared for her, but she did so good to tell us about it. What all went into it?
So I started off my journey in the Houston Cole Library. I talked to a couple employees on the first floor, and some of them were very like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you writing about the ladybugs? And then some of them were like so excited because they had known of the problem for like a long time, and so they were excited for like somebody to come in there and like give it attention.
Yeah.
And then I went to like the second floor where they just opened like the new like student study area, and those ladies that worked there were like going crazy about telling me about the ladybugs. They were so excited. They were like walking me around the whole floor, showing me every like nook and cranny that ladybugs were in. And so after that, I kind of interviewed some students around the library, which was really fun. And I came to realize it was not just a library problem, but kind of a campus-wide problem.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was really fun, though. I got to talk to a lot of people at the library. Everybody seemed really excited about it, which was also super fun, because it's more fun to write about something that people really want to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember I didn't know about this ladybug thing until last semester. A lot of people were like talking about the infestation in Meehan. And then my friend was like, Lauren, you need to write a story about this, because I was in the 5th floor and they were flying, they were landing on my face. Like, it was insane. Yeah. I said, okay. So,
all right, yeah.
And we just happened to give it to the person that has the biggest fear for ladybugs. Yeah. But you did such a good job. Even your photo, she got a photo of like these ladybugs dead in the corner. And it's so very interesting. Like,
yes.
did you have to like tell, like, you were saying something about you were on the floor getting these photos?
Yes, I was like, I got on the second floor, and there's like a study area, and there's also like an office area, and nobody was really in the offices, so I took that as initiative to go and check them out and see what was going on back there. And these ladybugs were like in such a small corner that had like a huge balloon arch in it, and so I'm like pushing the balloon arch to the side with my foot, and I'm like laying down on the ground trying to get like a good angle where I can like actually focus on them, because there were so many dead ones in this corner, which I really didn't see many that were alive, thankfully. Like, the windows protected me because I was so afraid. But like this corner, I was really working my photo skills, guys. Like, might be a photographer soon.
Right. No, these are actually really good photos. I was like, thank you for doing that, because I didn't really have the time. But then also, I remember we were reading the first draft of your story, and we were like, it just needs one more thing. It needs an expert source. And that's a really funny story, too.
Oh, y'all. The things I had to jump through to go find Mr. Jimbo. Like,
these ladybugs.
Y'all, I went to the building that's next to Self. I'm not even sure if it's like a maintenance building or what.
It says maintenance.
But we were like under the impression that the guy who sprays the bugs was going to be in there. And so I like walked in there, and literally like everybody turned around and was staring at me, and they were like, why are you here? And I was like, right, I need to leave. But I was like, oh, I'm just looking for like whoever's in charge of maintenance and all that good stuff. And they were like, yeah, he's not here. He's actually in the building across from Struts.
Oh.
So I traveled over there, but he was not there. He was gone on lunch. So that was really sad. But I got to talk to somebody else. And then actually I'm like sitting, I had just met with Mr. Cunningham about my story for this week. And I was like sitting in Merrill. And Lauren calls me, and she's like, I have somebody that wants to talk to you. And I was like, who? Like, is it Mr. Cunningham? But it turns out it was the first guy who was actually not here that day.
Yeah, he was so sweet. He came in there, and he was like, are you Cara? And I was like, no, I'm not Cara, but who are you? Because he did not introduce. I was like really scared for a second. Like, this older man just walks in unannounced, and he's like, are you Cara?
Are you the girl?
Are you supposed to be Cara? And I'm like, Why do you need Cara? Like, what's going on? And he's like,
man.
she called up here asking, talking to me about some ladybugs. And I was like, okay, don't move. Let me hopefully
Stay
stay where
here.
you are. But no, he had such a nice conversation over my phone with you.
Yep, he was a sweetheart. He answered
Yes.
a lot of my questions, and I kind of forgot I had left a message for him because I ended up like going into the building. But so I was like, how does he even know where to find me? Like,
I don't know, like genuinely. Did you tell him to come to the Chanticleer?
no, I told him like over the phone I was writing for the Chanticleer, but I just like left my phone number. I didn't really leave a lot of details. I was impressed that he knew where to come find us because this is like a hard area to find, I feel like.
Well, they've come in here and sprayed before.
Okay,
So I'm sure
so he knows what's up.
he knew it was up, I guess. But I was so scary at first. And then he was so sweet.
Yeah, Lauren calling me in like the middle of my day, I was like, oh no, guys, like I'm in trouble.
You're fired.
That's it. No more Chanticleer.
No more Chanticleer for you. But no, yeah. So that was your story for this past week. So you started writing this semester. Mm-hmm. Correct. You've never written for the Chanticleer before, right?
No, this is my first semester writing for the Chanticleer.
What do you think so far? I mean, you're about, I don't know, a little bit over 2 months into it now, I think.
Yeah, just about, yeah.
So what do you think so far?
So far, it's been really great. I've loved it. I've written like all my life, but I've never written like this, like news writing. And so at first it was like a really big adjustment. I was like, I can't do this. Like, I'm literally so chopped, guys. Like, what's going on? And I was really stressing. But after I spent time with like you and Anna Kate and like actually time in my class with Mr. Cunningham and like learning how to do it, I've really enjoyed it. And I love like getting to go out and like talk to people and like find sources for the news stories and like go in the library and explore and find the ladybugs and like, so it's been really fun. Even though sometimes it can be like all over the place, I think that's kind of the joy in it. Like, you get to meet so many people that like you would never talk to. If like I would have never talked to that sweet little maintenance man who I love had I not been writing for the Chanticleer. And so it's been really, really cool so far. I've really liked it. And I love Mr. Cunningham. He's great. So like that helps because I'm like, king.
King.
Yes.
But no, I will say, like, even from your first story that you did on the wreck, which was kind of like a interesting one. We keep giving you these interesting stories right off the bat. You picked up on it so fast. Like, I think by your second one that you did, what was your second one? Was it it wasn't the Ladybug, was it? It was no, it was the Blood Drive.
Blood Drive, yeah. The
Blood Drive one. Like, even by then I was like, okay, she's pretty much good by now.
Good.
She's eating down, so.
Yes, it's been super fun.
But anyways, thank you so much, Cara, for coming on and give us a behind the scenes of your story.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Now I'm with another one of our correspondents, Kinsey Holton, here to talk about her recent story that came up that we just posted actually today, which today is Monday. So,
yes.
So if this comes out on Monday, then it was today. About SGA's second annual arcade night. So, Kinsey, tell me a little bit about it.
Well, I think overall it was a really fun event to cover. I've been covering a lot of SGA stuff lately, and so I kind of had a feel for the direction I wanted to go with the story. So I think I just kind of started there, like started with who I wanted to talk to and kind of led from there with it.
Okay, so like, when you went to the event, like, what was the vibe like?
I would say it was really just like, let me think of a good like adjective. I'd say conversational, almost. Like, there was just a lot, like, the environment overall was just very conversational. There was a lot of laughing going on. There was a lot of, like, sounds from the games. I would almost, like, want to say overstimulating for some people. Like, that's not usually my type of scene. But, like, once you start talking to people, it was pretty fun.
So this was at the Leon Colt Auditorium. So they just had this, like, in the middle of the auditorium area where the stage is?
Yes. So going into it, the first thing you see when you walk in is there are some members of SAC, the Student Activity Council. So you check in with them, and then from there you go into the auditorium, and it's just like, if you were to walk into like a mall arcade or just like an old-timey arcade, it's just games set up all throughout the auditorium almost, which it felt kind of spaced out, but like it really gave it like a feel like, oh, this is like an actual arcade night type of deal.
Okay. And then like, what was your favorite part about covering it?
Probably, I think a funny part about covering it was this one girl I talked to. Her name was Allie Miller. She's a junior from Hamilton, majoring in secondary education. Very cool. She said that she'd heard about the event, but she did not plan on going. It was just more of like a conversation thing. And then she was walking out of the dining hall and she saw her friends holding glow sticks and she thought, I want a glow stick right now. And so I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, that was one of the funny parts of covering the event.
And this is your first time writing for the Chanticleer, right?
This is my first time writing for the Chanticleer.
How is it so far? Like,
I'd say it's a little stressful, but it's also good to like, because I have all these ideas for writing, it's good to actually put it into practice, especially with the editing process. I think it's cool to see it like just kind of unfold.
How was the editing process for you so far? Like, it was different than you expected?
I'd say it's like exactly what I expected.
Really?
Yeah. Oddly enough, it's like I figured I'd have like, it's definitely what I expected. I think I like how it goes. Like, I can see exactly the comments and like what I need to fix. And so in my brain, I'm like mentally creating an outline for, okay, the next story, I'm going to do it this way. And like also you can just play around with it. So like if you put something in the beginning, just like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but.
No, I feel you. I get
It's
where
like,
you come from.
yeah, it's like within journalism, I feel like especially reading stories, like I read a lot of online news, like you can definitely see a style. So I feel like right now I'm just trying to find like my rhythm with how I'm writing and stuff. So.
Well, this was a really great story. You did such a great job.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you for coming on and speaking with me today. All right, now I'm here with another one of our correspondents, Micah Clark. Talk about his recent story he did. He get Gamecocks fall to UTEP, which is the University of Texas.
El Paso.
El Paso. Yeah. At the CUSA, in a CUSA nail biter. Yeah. Okay, so tell me about it. Why is it a nail biter?
Okay, so they lost 69-64. It was pretty close the entire game. They were going back and forth hitting threes or fouling or whatever, hitting free throws. It was a nail biter because it was a real close game throughout the entire game.
Okay, so like have you covered a lot of these types of games before, like?
Which, like, closer games or?
Yeah, well, just basketball.
Yes, I've covered them. It's been a while. We've been, how long? About 6 weeks now in the semester? Yeah, I've covered a basketball game almost every week, whether it be the men's or the women's team.
Okay. So, like, was this one, like, about the same as your other ones that you've covered before, or was it more fun? Like, what made it different?
Yeah, it was definitely more fun because of how close it was. A lot of the other games I've covered, they've either been blowouts or, of course, I hate when we lose. So. But, yeah, it was pretty fun to cover it and cover such a close game.
So, you mentioned that you've been doing this for 6 weeks, my bad. But you were writing for us, I believe it was last semester. Last semester? Was that your first semester or was it?
The first one.
Okay, so what do you feel so far? I mean, you've got about 2 semesters under your belt. Like,
it's so cool.
Is it?
I love doing this, especially writing about basketball. I grew up around basketball, grew up playing it. Been a huge Lakers fan for most of my life, so writing about basketball has been pretty cool.
What was like the coolest experience that you had? Was it like the first time you got to, like, I don't know, is there a press box at basketball games? There's not.
What I will say is that the coolest thing about all of this is being able to go during football season in the press box with Austin. I was in there with Austin and during the homecoming game against Murray State. Yeah, it was so cool to be up there. It was awesome.
Yeah. So. Is there anything that you, coming from this experience with, like, writing with them, that you weren't expecting when you started?
I wasn't expecting, I'm not trying to, toot my own horn or whatever, but I wasn't expecting for me to be as good as I am. I've always, I talk about basketball all the time. Yeah. With my friends, with, my parents, with my family, whatever. But I never knew that I could, like, sit down and just type and just, just be as good as I am.
Well, what made you, like, decide to join the workshop? Like, was it just, what's your concentration right now? Is it
digital journalism.
Okay, so yeah, what made you choose that major and stuff?
I love basketball. I love talking about it. I love, whatever. I got a YouTube channel. I talk about basketball and things like that. So, yeah, that's, just to get into that.
Yeah, just love of the game. So, you're going to fill in and you're going to be my sports expert today. So gotcha. What do we got coming up?
We have a game. I'm sorry, let me check.
Yeah, please do whatever you need to do.
Let's see. we just lost again to New Mexico State on Saturday. Like I said, I hate when we lose. We're such a good team. You look at a team we have, they're so much better than their record shows, especially when it comes to Conference USA. But the next game we have is against Louisiana Tech on Wednesday.
Okay. Are you going to be at that one?
Yeah, I'm covering that one.
Oh, okay, cool. Great. Anyways, is there anything else that you want to...
Shout out to the Chanticleer. I appreciate everything y'all do. Y'all work so hard. Shout out to my mom, Regina. I love you so much. Shout out to my sister, my brothers, all my family. I love y'all so much. Yeah, that's it though.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Micah, for being on here with me today.
Yes, ma'am.
You have a good one.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all for The Crow. To stay up to date with JSU news, make sure you check out our website at jsuchanticleer.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at JSU Chanticleer.